Welcome to ASAsoftball.com for the first Women's Open game here at the Hall of Fame Stadium this weekend. We've had the women's Class C and D games here yesterday morning and earlier this morning. The first Open game to play in the stadium. It's going to be Juice out of Houston, Texas, facing off against all armed forces from Washington, D.C. Juice beat Predators last night in a 6 o'clock game. And then the armed forces with 2 victories yesterday, defeating No Chit in a 4:30 game, and in a 7:30 game, beating Mac and Excel. We will see some games from those teams later on this evening. Juice and Armed Forces to battle it out. The loser of this game will stick around and play back-to-back here at the Hall of Fame Stadium.
Leading off for Juice, number 3, the third baseman, will be Mary Hoff. And the pitcher for the Armed Forces is number 19, Lori Daughtry. Count now at 1-1. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Easily throws her out. Shortstop Brandy Jackson for Armed Forces. It looks as though Mary Hoff, the leadoff hitter for Juice, is wearing a knee brace on her right knee. Not exactly running full speed there.
And this team, Juice, based out of Houston, Texas, has a coach and one player. The coach and the assistant coach, along with one player out of Houston, the rest from all over the place, as we see out number 2 on the first pitch. The first batter, Mary Hoff, out of Satellite Beach, Florida, and then Buffy Arms that just hit right there out of Maryville, Tennessee. Now it's our third batter, Kristen Dowling. Dowling is out of Kalamazoo, Missouri. And will be out number 3 for Juice. A quick 3 up, 3 down for the all-armed forces after their 2 victories yesterday coming in. And they'll be up to bat right after this.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters. The place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer. The kids on here and the girl next door. Good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street. It's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
And we're back here in Oklahoma City Hall of Fame Stadium. After the top of the first, it was 3 up, 3 down for Juice. And now the Armed Forces will come up to the plate. And they'll be led off by number 27, their left fielder, Candace Dugo. Right now in Oklahoma City, it is 76 degrees and the wind is blowing hard out of the south. Would not surprise me to see maybe a couple home runs hit into those left field, into the grass past left field. Both high-powered teams here in this women's open tournament.
This all-armed forces team, based out of Washington, D.C., has members on the team from the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, and the Marine Corps. So that's a fitting name for them, all-armed forces, as they come from all over the United States.
Candace Dugo there. Slow roller back to the pitcher, Shannon Pigott. And she throws it over to first baseman, Cindy Cowart, for the first out. And that'll bring up number 5, the left center fielder, Carrie Warren. A little bit too inside for ball 1. Deep for ball 2. Count 2-0 with 1 out, no one on. Carrie Warren up to bat. And that's going to be an illegal pitch, a little too low for ball 3. 30 is the count. And a nice pitch there, right over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Count 3-1. 3-1 with Carrie Warren for Armed Forces up to bat. Steps into that one. Lines one up the middle to the right center fielder. That's going to be a single for Kerry Warren. The left or right center fielder, Lisa Lines, able to grab that one, get it in, holding Kerry Warren to just a single. So with Kerry Warren on first, one out. That'll bring up number 17, the shortstop, Brandy Jackson.
Jackson with a nice rip to right field, but it's going to go up and be caught by Juice's right fielder, Kristen Dowling.
So with 2 outs, runner on first, that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 7, the right center fielder, Shanika Taylor. She hits a high fly ball down the left field line, and that'll go into the stands for strike one. So the count 0-1, 2 outs, runner on first, and Shanika Taylor up to bat. She watches that one go down the heart of the plate for strike two. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. Shanika Taylor up to bat. That'll be just outside. Count now 1-2. And that'll go behind Shanika Taylor and past the catcher. And Kerry Warren will steal second. So with a runner in scoring position, Shanika Taylor with a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Another inside pitch as Shanika Taylor has to jump out of the way, and Kerry Warren will steal third.
Mary Hoff, the third baseman for Juice, standing there ready for the catch to make the tag. Didn't come quick enough.
And right now the pitcher for Juice, Shannon Piggott, throwing some pitches behind Shanika Taylor, giving the catcher, Lisa King, some problems. And she throws it behind her again, and she will walk Shanika Taylor. And that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, number 1, right fielder, Tony Epps. After getting 2 straight strikes on Shanika Taylor. That's a line drive right off the tip of third baseman Mary Hoff, and that will score a run. A single for Tony Epps. Shanika Taylor moves over to second base, so with runners on first and second, a run comes in as Kerry Warren had stolen second and third. Some heads-up base running by the Armed Forces right now. That'll bring to the plate number 25, the catcher, Carly Edwards. Steps into that one, drives it to left center field, and a little miscommunication out there between the left fielder and the left center fielder. Shanika Taylor's going to score. Tony Epps rounds third and comes easily home, and Carly Edwards has a stand-up double.
Just a little miscommunication out there in left field. Can't hear from where we're at, but not sure if one of the players out there called it or if neither one did or what the situation was, but they both come to the ball and it falls right in between them.
It almost looked like one of them expected the other one to make a play. At that point, someone needs to be a leader out there in the outfield, make the call and make the catch. That would have got them out of the inning with only giving up 1 run. Now they're down 3-0 in the bottom of the first. That's a sharp line drive hit to left center field, and it gets past the left center fielder. Carly Edwards is going to score from second. Sarah Ryan, the batter, rounds second, is going to walk into third with a stand-up triple. The left center fielder for Juice, Ian Wilson, needs to just stay in front of that ball there. Not being able to. Would have only given up a single. It gives up a triple to Sarah Ryan. And now number 22 for the Armed Forces, the first baseman, Andrea Doty, comes to the plate.
going to be an inside ball as Doty steps back. Swings on the inside pitch, going to be picked up by the second baseman, tossed over to the one bag, and that's going to be out number 3 for Juice as they give up 4 runs and then pull out of that inning. We move on to inning number 2, Juice versus Armed Forces, right after this.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching, so it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
And we're back. Hall of Fame Stadium here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And after the first, the Armed Forces 4, Juice 0. And Juice will be coming back to bat after a 3-up, 3-down in the first inning. The cleanup hitter, number 77, the shortstop, Stacy Simmons, up to bat. First pitch a little deep for ball 1.
Simmons out of Tallahassee, Florida, the right-handed shortstop.
Count now 3-0. Wouldn't expect to see Simmons take the bat off her shoulder here, making the pitcher throw a strike, and that's going to be ball 4 as Simmons will walk down to first base. So with no outs, Stacy Simmons walking to first. That'll bring up the 5th hitter, the number 5 hole hitter, number 6, the second baseman, Kara Lowinger. They count now 1-1.
Gary Gogenauer out of Des Moines, Iowa.
Line drive to left field. That'll advance the runner to second base, and that's a single for Kara. As the left fielder is playing pretty deep there. The left fielder for the Armed Forces, Candace Dugo, not wanting anything to get behind her, but at the same time, you probably don't need to be playing at the warning track on this occasion. That'll bring up number 13, the first baseman, Cindy Cowart, as she watches the first pitch, a little deep for a ball. Runners on first and second, no outs. Count 1-0. Just on the corner of the plate for strike. Count now 1-1. Pitch too high. Ball 2. Count 2-1. No outs. Runners on first and second are Stacy Simmons and Kara Lowinger. Cindy Cowart up to bat. She rips one out to right field, right center. Into the gap. Right center fielder
Shanika Taylor.
Shanika Taylor able to grab that one, not being able to get it in time into the infield as Stacy Simmons gets from second all the way home for the first run for Juice.
Closing the gap to 3. It's the extra hitter, Lily Davis, coming up to bat. Swing on the first pitch, and it's going to go to the shortstop. Caught by Brandy Jackson.
Runners will not advance. Looks like she tried to take one big cut there. Just popped it up to the shortstop over on the left side of the field for the first out of the inning. Now up to bat, the 8-hole hitter, number 9, right center fielder, Lisa Lines. Count now at 2-0. Runners on first and second, 1 out. And that'll be the first strike. 21 is the count. ball. So 31. And that one just a little too deep. So the pitcher for Armed Forces, Lori Daughtry, will walk the bases full, and that'll bring up left center fielder number 23, Ian Wilson.
Wilson, originally from Korea, has a hometown listed in Pompano Beach, Florida. Takes 2 pitches already, a 1-1 count. A deep one for ball 2.
And with 1 out right here, Ian Wilson needs to put this into the outfield to at least get a run. Would like to get a base hit, but does not want to ground out into the double play. A 3-1 count here. Full count. Runners full for Ian Wilson. Grounds to the shortstop, pitches it to the second baseman, turns, and the ball is dropped by first baseman, so the run will count as Ian Wilson able to get to first. Armed Forces not able to turn the 6-4-3 double play there. Not in time.
Yeah, Brandy Jackson, the shortstop, picks it up and tosses it over to Roxanne Finks, who tags second and tries to get it over to Andrea Doty, and Doty just wasn't able to hang on to it as a little low. Lisa King, the catcher at the plate. King listed from Pasadena, Texas. Shannon Piggott from a city just a few hours away from Houston in San Antonio, Texas.
Just hit the corner of the plate. Count now 1-1. Just a bit inside. 2-1's the count. Steps into this one. A slow roller hit down the first base line. First baseman for the Armed Forces, Andrea Doty, picks it up and tags out Shannon Piggott. So, 2 hits, 2 runs for Team Juice as they put 2 more on the board. That'll make the score 4-2 Armed Forces. You're watching women's softball on ASAsoftball.com.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Ready for the second half of the second inning. The bottom side as the Armed Forces come in to hit. Starting off the inning is going to be number 2, the second baseman, Roxanne Finks. Finks is in the U.S. Army from Camp Carroll, Korea.
Finks will take that first outside pitch for a ball. Inside, pitcher gets underneath it, and it's a pop-out. Roxanne Finks popping out to the pitcher, Shannon Piggott, for the first out of the inning.
Lori Doty is a pitcher up to bat. She is in the Air Force out of Elgin Air Force Base in Florida. Eglin Air Force Base, Eglin Air Force Base.
The count 1-1. With one out already. Last inning, the Armed Forces were able to put 4 hits together, 4 runs, as Doty lines this one right past the third baseman, and that'll be a single for the pitcher, Lori Doty, helping her cause early in the second inning. That'll bring up the leadoff hitter, number 27, left fielder Candice Dugo.
Another Air Force member from Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada.
She jumps all over the first pitch, in between first and second baseman. The right fielder for Juice, Kristen Dowling, able to keep Lori Doty at second. So a single by Candice Dugo, putting men on first and second. And that'll bring up the 2-hole hitter, number 5, left center fielder Carrie Warren, who had a single in the first inning.
Warren, a right-handed Air Force member from Tyndall Air Force Base, Florida. And we're going to see a pinch runner. Checking in will be number 6, Heather Nolan, in to run for Finks. It was Lori Doty there on second. So Doty will come out and Nolan will take her spot. Heather Nolan, a Navy cadet from Lackland Air Force Base, Texas.
Goes the other way with a hit. Right fielder, a great snag by Kristen Dowling. And the pinch runner, Heather Nolan, tags up, goes from second to third. So with runners on first and third, 2 outs, that'll bring to the plate for the Armed Forces, Brandy Jackson, the shortstop.
Kristen Dolan did a nice job of following that fly ball. Even though it was in foul territory, she was able to get to it, dive, and make the catch.
Called strike 1.
Warren on first base looking for a steal. There's any opportunity for one.
Ground ball to the shortstop, backhands it, able to flick it to second base for the third out at the force. So after 2 full innings, the Armed Forces 5, Team Juice 2. We'll be back in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading, through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
Back at Hall of Fame Stadium, ready for Juice to get the bats going as the Umpire will signal and get ready to call the pitches.
We're at the top of the lineup for Juice. Starting off with the third baseman, number 3, Mary Hoff, who grounded out to the shortstop in the first inning. Mary Hoff steps into the batter's box. First pitch a little deep for ball 1. 1-1's the count. Strike there. A hard hit ball to the shortstop for Armed Forces. And Brandy Jackson with her second putout of the game. Assist going to Andrea Doty at first. So Mary Hoff not being able to get away from the shortstop there. That'll bring up number 16 left fielder Buffy Arms. Looks at the first pitch for strike 1. Count now 2-1. Hits this one right back to the pitcher. Has little problems getting it, but able to snag it and throw it to the first baseman for out number 2.
Yeah, it was a little struggle there for Lori Doty, the pitcher, to get control of the ball. Tried to pick it up a couple times, but then finally got it tossed over to Andrea Doty on first and picks up the out. 1 down, bringing up Kristen Doling.
It's a hard hit ground ball to shortstop. Long throw and a great play by the first baseman, Andrea Doty. Shortstop Brandy Jackson caught it deep in the outfield, gunned it. Doty had to jump, catch the ball, reach down, and tag Kristen Dowling as she was coming into first base. So that after 2.5 innings, the score is still Armed Forces 4, Team Juice 2. You're watching women's softball.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
And we're back, Oklahoma City at Hall of Fame Stadium. Right now, Armed Forces is up on Team Juice, 4-2. That's a long fly ball hit to left field. Left fielder Buffy Arms gets underneath it for out number 1 as Tony Epps flies out.
Yeah, it was a high ball that Epps was able to just come up under.
Now up to bat number 25, the catcher, Carly Edwards. That's a high fly ball to left center field. And the left center fielder, Ian Wilson, with the snag. That's out number 2 as Carly Edwards flies out to left center fielder, Ian Wilson. Now up to bat, number 24, the third baseman, Sarah Ryan. Swings at the first pitch over to left center fielder. And that will be caught to end the inning. So it's 3 up, 3 down for the Armed Forces. And we will go to the top of the 4th after a short commercial break.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Ready to start the fourth inning is Stacy Simmons, number 77, the shortstop for Juice. Gets a hit right back to the pitcher, and the all-armed forces will make the play at one. Again, it was Doty to Doty from the pitcher to the first base.
Now up to bat for Team Juice will be number 6, the second baseman, Kara Lowinger. She watches that one go across the plate for strike one. Rips this one to deep left field. Candace Dugo gets underneath it and records the second out of the inning. Now up to bat number 13, the coach's wife, first baseman Cindy Cowart. Watches the first pitch as a ball. So with counts 1-0, 2 outs. Steps into this one. Short little blooper into foul territory on the first base side. So the count will be 2-2 with 2 outs. First baseman Cindy Cowart up to bat. Pitcher for the Armed Forces, Laura Doty. The ground ball hit sharply to the shortstop. Steps into her throw. And the first baseman for the Armed Forces able to make the grab, Andrea Doty. So after 3.5, it was 3 up and 3 down for Team Juice. Score still 5-2 for the Armed Forces. We'll be back in a moment.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading through the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
First baseman Andrea Doty up to the plate. Already's got 1 ball on her after making it out. She turns around and comes up to the plate to try and get on a bag herself. 2 balls.
Andrea Doty is playing a great game at first base, making some good grabs and also jumping off the bag to make some snags and tag the runner as they're coming into first base. With a 3-0 count, she watches ball 4 go across, so she will trot down to first base, and that will bring up number 2, the second baseman, Roxanne Finks. Watches the first pitch for a ball. Right up the middle, off the pitcher's glove. And that's going to be a single for Roxanne. Andrea Doty advances to second.
The runners will move ahead 1 bag, putting them on the 1 and 2 as we have a pinch runner come in For the Armed Forces, going to be number 26, Brittany Shannon, checking in and moving to second base in replacement of Andrea Doty.
And we have a new pitcher. Until she turns around, I couldn't tell you who she was.
We'll keep Lisa King at the catching spot. I think we're just replacing the pitcher.
You know, I never really got replacing the pitcher for softball. You're either going to throw strikes or you're not. As long as the other team's putting the ball where they want to, you really can't do much about that.
You just got to keep it across the plate. We've seen some strike zones hard to find here at the Hall of Fame Stadium.
Umpire now giving us the new pitcher, number 26, for Team Juice. That'll be Julie Summerfield.
Also going to have a substitution on the Armed Forces. We'll see number 3, Kathy Braun, will come in for Roxy Finks after this inning.
The pitcher for Armed Forces, Lori Doty, up to bat. Runners on first and second. Count now 0-2. It's a low pitch, illegal pitch, and that will be considered a ball. So the count now 1-2, no outs. Runners on first and second. Up to bat the pitcher, Laura Doty. Lines one over the third baseman's head. All the runners are going to advance. Third base coach is going to hold Andrea Doty at third. Or the pinch runner for Andrea Doty at third. So the bases will be loaded. And we'll be back at the top of the lineup here with number 27, the left fielder, Candice Dugo.
The loser of this game will turn around and play another one back-to-back. A 1 o'clock game right here on the same field. We'll be broadcasting it on asasoftball.com.
That was a pop-out by Candice Dugo. Shortstop able to make her way into the grass for out number 1. Up to bat now number 5, the left center fielder, Carrie Warren. Puts one. Second baseman with the nice diving grab. Gets the runner at second. But a run will score as the Armed Forces take a 6-2 lead now.
Quick thinking by Stacy Simmons after she tags the 2-bag to turn and look at the runner on third, make sure she stays and doesn't run home to keep them from getting one more run. Jackson will hit a high ball to left field, and it's going to be caught, and that's out number 3. They pick up one more run that inning. 3 innings remain. 4 down. We're heading into the 5th right after.
USA Softball head coach Mike Candrea wants to make you a better hitter with the USA Softball Instructional Series from the ASA, the national governing body of softball. Coach Candrea is your personal hitting instructor as he guides you through the fundamentals, from mental preparation, stance, and loading to the stride and swing.
Enjoy this video. It is designed to help you become the hitter that you've always wanted to be.
Pitching and fielding videos are also available. To order, visit softballoutlet.com or call 1-800-654-8337.
We're back. Top of the 5th inning here at Hall of Fame Stadium in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Armed Forces, that last inning, were able to put together 2 hits, 1 run to extend the lead, 6-2. Ball hit sharply to shortstop, throws it over to the first baseman, and Lily Davis not able to beat it, the DH, so that'll be out number 1 for the Armed Forces. Another great play by shortstop for the Armed Forces, Brandy Jackson. Up to bat now, number 9, the right center fielder, Lisa Lines. And that'll be ball 1. The second pitch falls over the heart of the plate for strike 1.
Armed Forces with a 4-run lead, trying to hold Juice back and not allow him to get any more runs. That's another out. to the first baseman, which is changed now to Brittany Shannon. Shannon checked in for Doty while they were at bat.
That's a pop fly infield to the first baseman, Doty, or to
Brittany Shannon.
That'll be 3 up, 3 down for the third consecutive inning. Score still 6-2, Armed Forces.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Welcome back to ASAsoftball.com's presentation of the Hooters tournament here in Oklahoma City. Up at the plate for the Armed Forces, number 7, right center fielder Shanika Taylor.
And Shanika Taylor is 0 for 1 on the day. Does have a walk and a run scored. She hits that straight to the shortstop. Shanika showing some speed, but the shortstop for Team Juice, Stacy Simmons, able to gun it over to the first baseman, Cindy Cowart, and Shanika is thrown out at first. We want to give a shout out to one of our dedicated listeners, Megan's mom, CJ. I know you're listening. Thank you for listening at ASAsoftball.com.
Not only listening, you get to see the video, so if we're watching here on ASAsoftball.com.
Up now, number 1, right fielder, Tony Epps. She flies to shallow right center field. The right center fielder, Lisa Lyons, able to make a run at it and catch it in the air for the second out.
2 down as we bring up our next batter. It's going to be right-handed batter number 34, Latricia Monday, who has substituted in. Official not quite set. Now we're ready to go. 2 down with Monday at the plate. Watches the first one that's short. Ball 1. This one lined down to left center. Monday will get on her bag. An easy base hit.
Short stop right there. Stacy Simmons for the Juice. We're shading a little bit to the left, expecting Monday to pull it. Monday grounds one up the middle for a single. So with a runner on first, that'll bring up number 29, third baseman Sarah Ryan.
Ryan gets a strike on the first pitch. Lunges at the second one. And we'll see out number 3.
So after 5 whole innings, the score is still 6-2 Armed Forces.
Get on up and get on down to Hooters, the place to be for chicken wings. Come grab a beer, the game's on here, and the girl next door, good friends and more. If you can't stop by, get our wings to fly. Hooters makes you happy. Right down the street, it's your neighborhood retreat. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
We're back. Hall of Fame Stadium here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Team Juice down 6-2. And right now they need to get a hit. They have not gotten a hit in 12 plate appearances. Actually have been 3 up, 3 down the last 3 innings. That's a strike. 0-2 count against the hitter. Number 11, the catcher, Lisa King. Ball's a bit too high. The count now 1-2. No outs, no runners on. She hits that one back to the pitcher, and that's going to be an error. Looked as though she lifted her head thinking she had the ball, went right between her legs. And Lisa King is going to be safe at first. She'll bring up our next batter. Number 26, Julie Summerfield.
Summerfield substituting in. Batting in the place of Shannon Piggott. Nice placement of the ball by the new pitcher. Gets it too deep for the second baseman to get to and too shallow for the left and left center fielders to get to. So it'll be a base hit, putting runners on 1 and 2. No outs for Juice. Officials having a word with each other before Arms is ready to hit. Illegal pitch on the first throw. Swings at the second one and finds that gap out to left center.
So Lisa King will come in from third and score the first run of the inning for Team Juice. Julie Summerfield will advance to third. Buffy Arms with the single will be at first.
It was Shanika Taylor in right center that picked up that grounder and gets it in. Doling hits that one deep, and it is off the fence in dead center. One run will score. Arms will advance around to third, and Doling will hold up on second. A big rip all the way to the fence. Stacy Simmons now up to the plate. Illegal pitch. 2-0 count. See another deep one for ball 3. Simmons with the bat on her shoulder, ready to watch the fourth pitch come by. Ball 4. Simmons will walk, load the bases for the 5-hole hitter, the second baseman, number 6, Kara Coenger.
Kara Coenger, 1 for 2 on the day, single to left center field. And right now the Armed Forces are looking for a double play ball here. Just a bit outside for ball 1.
It's a 1-point game now with a 1-1 count as the Armed Forces lead by 1, but we could see a run come in here if it's not a double play. Armed Forces turn it and hold him.
A 6-4-3 double play there as Brandy Jackson pitches it to Roxanne Finks, who makes the throw to Andrea Doty to end the inning. So 2 runs come across for Team Juice. They cut the lead to 2 as they are now down 6-4 to the Armed Forces.
I started playing ASA when I was 12 years old. ASA gave, I think, all of us an avenue to play growing up and gave us places to excel. Lots of games, the best competition, great coaching. So it's kind of been an avenue for all of us to grow as players.
And giving me the chance to prepare at a high level.
ASA was crucial in my career as far as building myself as an athlete, and I think my teammates also.
Get your start in a sport that lasts a lifetime. Play ASA.
We're back, bottom of the 6th inning. Leading off for the Armed Forces will be number 22, the first baseman, Andrea Doty. Actually, that's number 26. She hits a high fly ball into shallow left center field. That ball will not be caught. That's a single by number 26, Brittany Shannon.
Left center fielder right there. Number 2 for Juice. 23, Ian Wilson. Comes up and gets the ball off the bounce. It's just a little too short to catch the fly. And this one's going to be caught by the pitcher who came in last inning, Julie Summerfield.
And that'll bring up the pitcher for the Armed Forces, number 19, Laura Dowdy. 2 for 2 on the day. With 1 out, runner on first is Brittany Shannon. It's a line drive, hit the left field. And runners will advance 1 base. That's a single by Laura Dowdy. She's now 3 for 3 on the day. Runner on first and second, and we'll come to the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the 6th. Number 27, left fielder, Candice Dugo.
Dugo has runners on first and second, and after King misses that one, the runners will advance to second and third. So when Dugo's up, it's a left-handed batter. King has to switch over to the other side so the ump can see. And we noticed earlier in the game that it was affecting her catching. She wasn't comfortable the way she had to be, and there it seemed to affect her.
Count now 3-0. Candice Dugo is 1 for 3 on the day. As she takes called strike. Count 31. Runners on second and third. And that'll be called strike number 2. So the count now 32. Full count. Runners on second and third. Candice Dugo steps back into the batter's box. Steps into this one. Line drive into right center field. One run will score. They hold up Lori Dowdy at third. So Candice Dugo with an RBI single on a 3-2 count. So with runners on first and third, that'll bring up the left center fielder, number 5, Carrie Warren. Carrie Warren is 1 for 3 on the day.
King again misses a ball, and we'll have an advancement of running as Dugo will get over to second.
Steps into this one, hits it to the third baseman. Hoff checks the runner and throws it to first for the second out of the inning.
Excellent job by Mary Hoff to field the ball and scoot forward and make sure we don't have a runner come across the plate, and still had time to get over and get the out at 1. 2 outs now with runners on second and third, bringing up Brandy Jackson.
Shortstop Brandy Jackson's having a great day out on the field. 1 for 3 at the plate today after grounding out twice to the shortstop and walking once. Count now 2-0 as Jackson steps out of the plate. Summerfield with the pitch. And that'll be called a ball, a little too deep. So with a 3-0 count, runners on second and third, 2 outs. Brandy Jackson steps back in and will take a walk. So that will load the bases and bring up the cleanup hitter for the Armed Forces, Shanika Taylor.
Coach is going to have a word with Taylor before she steps into the box.
Shanika Taylor, 0 for 2 on the day, has drawn a walk in the first inning, but looks to try to get some RBIs put into her stats here. And the first pitch is right down the pipe for a strike. Way inside, ball 1, count 1-1 with 2 outs, bases loaded. Summerfield trying to rush the hitter. Shanika Taylor calling time, and that ball is a bit outside for ball 2.
Taylor having a word with the official. Step into the box, and Summerfield ready for the pitch.
That's a high line drive down the left field line. Left fielder is not going to be able to get to it. Shanika Taylor rounding second. That's going to clear that's a base clearing triple for Shanika Taylor, a 3-run triple. The left fielder for Juice. Buffy Arms not able to get to it as it goes all the way to the wall. It's a 3-run triple for the Armed Forces and Shanika Taylor.
A big shot about 6 inches inside the foul line down the left field. And rolls out to the fence, and all 3 base runners get across. And Taylor will pull up at third, and there's a quick pop to left center for the 3rd out. Right after Taylor brings in 3 more runs, taking it to a 10-4 game. Armed Forces final inning right after this.
Softball is such a great sport to be involved in.
Jenny Finch, future Olympian for the ASA.
I started playing softball at the age of 5. Every weekend I played 8 to 10 games, and ASA allowed me to develop my skills through those games. If you want to be a future Olympian, you need to play in the ASA softball program, the national governing body of softball in the United States.
ASA Softball, the game America plays.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th, the Juice need to score 6 runs to tie it, to send it into the bottom of the 7th. If not, Armed Forces will take home the W here. We'll start the top of the 7th off with the coach's wife, number 13, first baseman Cindy Cowart, who is 1 for 2 on the day. And right now, Team Juice just needs to get the bats going. Need to get on a hit parade, one might say.
That's what they need, trailing by 6 as Cowart will come up to the plate. 7th and final inning. If they don't score 6 or more runs, then that will be the ball game, and Juice will have to go turn around and play another game right here against Macon Excel, who is ready to go, sitting here in the grandstands. That game set for the first pitch at 1 o'clock.
First 2 pitches ball. That's actually a strike. Count now 1-1. No outs. Batter is. That's a line drive down the right field line. First baseman not able to get to it. That's going to be a base hit for Cindy Cowart.
Right fielder Tony Epps for the Armed Forces will come up and get the ball to the infield.
It's Cindy Cowart's second hit of the day. So with no outs, runner on first, that'll bring up the DH, number 28, Lily Davis.
Davis is 0-2 as the umpire goes towards the dugout again. 1 out in the air, one out on the ground. Davis due for a hit with a runner on first. Illegal pitch, ball one. Takes a shot at the second one. It's going to be a ground out double play.
A 6-3 double play. Once again, shortstop for the Armed Forces, Brandy Jackson, is pretty much the defensive MVP right now for the Armed Forces. Grabs it up the middle, able to run over to second, swipe her foot across the bag, and gun it over to the first baseman, Brittany Shannon. So with 2 outs, no one on, Lisa Lines, the right center fielder, up to try to keep this inning alive and the game alive for Team Juice. First, she hits a blooper over to the foul right across from first base, and the first baseman, Brittany Shannon, dives but cannot make the grab, so the count will be 0-1 with 2 outs.
Well, they've made changes to their field all day, and Shannon, it was Doty who started there on first base. Shannon came in. Now Doty's back there at 1. Jackson going to get it over to Doty. That's the ball game.
There's not much to say. If you've been watching this and listening this whole game, Brittany Jackson has been the star of this game. Anything hit in her general area, she snags it up, and she's either turning to or getting the easy out at first. But in the end, it was all Armed Forces as they take home the W 10-4 over Team Juice.
So the Armed Forces will move on to the championship game to be held at 2:30 on another field here at the complex. Right now, we will prepare for our next game, which begins in 30 minutes. It's a 1 o'clock game. Juice, who just played, will get a quick rest and prepare for a battle against Macon Excel. And whichever one of those two teams wins will advance on to the championship game to play Armed Forces. I'm Brian Ward alongside Jake Chastain. We're going to be bringing you all the rest of the games today. 5 more games to go this afternoon, starting with the Juice Macon Excel game at 1 o'clock. Stay tuned or come back and join us here in about 30 minutes on ASA Softball